Serious on the track, fam.
An excise tax is a legislated tax on specific goods or services at purchase such as fuel, tobacco, and alcohol. Excise tax are international tax imposed within a government infrastructure rather than international tax imposed across country borders. A federal excise tax is usually collected from motor fuel sales, airline tickets, tobacco, and other goods and services. Excise tax are primarily for businesses. Consumers may or may not see the cost of excise tax directly. Many excise taxes are paid by merchants, who then pass the tax on consumers through the higher price. Merchants pay excise tax to wholesalers and consider excise tax in product pricing, which increase the retail price overall. However, the excise tax in Vietnam also has many shortcomings, as the excise tax on cigarettes in Vietnam is low compared to other countries in Asia, and the excise tax on cars is much higher compared to the other countries. So what should we do about excise tax? Should we increase or reduce it?
Hi, I'm An, and today we are talking about why we should increase excise tax on tobacco and nicotine products and also alcoholic beverage. First, we are talking about health benefits. Tobacco and nicotine use, excessive drinking are some of the main contributors to global non-communicable disease epidemic. Not only your own body will face numerous and concerning health problems, but so will the people you unconsciously and unintentionally affect also. Therefore, high excise tax help us with reducing smoking-related disease and premature death. Secondly, smoking among pregnant women is particularly price responsive. Prevalence elasticity are 2 or 3 times those for adults in general. As a result, higher taxes and prices reduce low birth weight births, sudden infant death syndrome, and overall infant mortality. High excise tax help us preventing harms from excessive drinking, such as motor vehicle crashes and fatalities, deaths from liver cirrhosis, alcohol dependence, and other diseases caused by excessive drinking. Incidents of sexually transmitted diseases, crime, and violence. Next, we are talking about mental benefits. People with mental issues usually rely on products or activities that help them to forget about the struggles they are facing with, giving them the energy they've been lacking of in their battle with mental illness. Alcohol and tobacco, nicotine products, in general depress the central nervous system, and this can make our moods fluctuate. It can also help to numb our emotions so we can hide from our problems. Excessive use of alcohol, nicotine worsen the unstable state of your mentality. Unavoidably, if your mind is damaged enough, self-harming will be your new coping mechanism instead of drinking and smoking when you feel the need to harm your body more violently. In this case, excise tax helpfully plays the role of a distraction to this issue. When people are no longer able to provide themselves enough triggers to damage their brain, they will eventually and unconsciously decrease the amount of products or activities they enjoy, which are harmful and is not very healthy for their body. So this motivates their brain to be independent from those routines sooner or later. Last but not least, we are talking about how excise tax affect the economy. First, for its foreseeable future, tax increases on tobacco and alcohol will increase revenues given the relative inelasticity of demand for these products and the percentage of the price attributable to tax. And secondly, consumers spending less on the tax products will spend more on other goods and services, and governments will spend the new tax revenues, leading to job gains in other sectors.
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with you about this. For my opinion, I think that if we choose to increase excise tax for those items like cigarettes, tobacco, cigar, alcohol, and beers will not be a good idea. It will turn the table upside down. The first problem I can think of is the shortage of supply. When we increase excise tax for these products, it will cause a great decline in supplies because the producer will cut off the amount of goods they produce to ensure that profits stay in the same when it comes to higher taxes on their products. So that comes in conflict with the market's demand. And now, black markets are present in the economy. It may become handy for those who are buying, selling, smuggling cigarettes, cigar, alcohol, beers illegally. Though goods are sold illicitly just to avoid tax payment. Besides black market, we will also suffer the loss in tax revenue because of the illegal revenue, and the government will have to spend more money on illegal crackdown activities. For example, following the New York Post in 2010, black market cigarettes costing New York $20 million a month in lost tax revenue, and apparently in Canada itself lost worse. According to Gabler and Cass from Fraser Institute, a research shows that a 10% increase in the price of tobacco products can reduce lawful cigarette sales by about 3% to 10%, to the extent that smokers evade excise tax by purchasing contraband. The use of excise tax to discourage smoking and increase government revenue is rendered ineffective. Second problem is the effects on employment. As I have already mentioned in the first point, the affected industry would contend that tax increase by reducing sales will cause significant job losses for workers who manufacture, distribute, and sell these products. And for example, the result of the National Off License Association 2019 annual member survey, which have been presented to the Minister for Finance, shown that were decided to be increased in budget 2020, 50% of members would forced to let staff go and 63 would struggle to remain open. This equates to a loss of at least 750 well-paid jobs to the economy. Third one and my last point is the tax may hit low income more. The tax makes some low-income consumers better off by forcing them to quick purchase the products, but many who continue to consume them will be among those who can least afford it. Firstly, they are essentials in life, so high excise tax on these items will not be very practical. And if we gain more taxes on gasoline, besides the practically, it will cause chaos in the public when the price of gasoline just keeps climbing up in a short period. Secondly, we consumers don't deserve to bear the large amount of money when we want to purchase a transporter like car or motorcycle. Cars is a very convenient transporter for our modern life, but we have to pay up to 3 or 4 times higher than the original cost for foreign car, which will make cars become a high-end product, and clearly they are not.
Let's talk about why excise tax exists on cars and gas. So the government performs the function of guiding and adjusting the production, business promotion, and consumption of some luxuriant goods which aren't really necessary for the social needs. Therefore, goods such as cars and high-class motorbikes are subject to excise tax, which means they are classified as luxury goods and not really needed. In Vietnam, the traffic situation has not been adequately developed to meet this demand, so it is necessary to limit the use to avoid the consequences resulting in excessive use of these vehicles, which could lead to traffic jams. And one of the biggest reasons why I think we should increase excise tax on cars is because Vietnam is the second largest motorcycle ownership in the world after Taiwan. And according to statistics, in early 2016, the number of registered motorcycles in Vietnam is over 37 million. During the peak hours of the weekends, holidays, the number of motorbikes is too many. Traffic jams on the day are also common in the city during working hours, so why do you have to own a car in an overpopulated nation with poor road systems and low life standards? Why would you join the army of jam makers in those overcrowded streets in Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi? In case you don't know, vehicle exhausts emit a wide range of gases and solid matter, causing global warming, acid rain, and harming the environment and human health. In 2013, transportation contributed more than half of the carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides and almost a quarter of hydrocarbons emitted into our air. And poor air quality increases respiratory ailments like asthma, heightens the risk of life-threatening conditions like cancer, and burdens our healthcare system with substantial medical costs. This matter is single-handedly responsible for up to 30,000 premature deaths each year. And the next reason is our country has very poor transport infrastructure. So many of the roads in Vietnam are narrow and in bad condition, which cause a lot of inconvenience to the people and also unfortunate accidents during the peak office hours. Also, the drainage system is poor and as the drains get clogged and the rainwater that is accumulated on the road worsens its condition. Quite frequently, these broken drains and uncovered manholes become the causes of accidents. Because of this, the traffic flow also worsens. The whole transport system is badly affected due to the poor conditions of the road. I think these issues, they don't need rocket science to be solved. They can easily be avoided if the authorities spend on constructing quality roads and repair them immediately when needed.
As we discussed, the cost in Vietnam is facing many shortcomings. However, we cannot decide whether to increase or reduce excise tax in general, but rather come up with more appropriate solutions for specific products. For example, with the case of excise tax on cigarettes, I think it is necessary to increase the tax rate for this item. Currently, despite prohibition on cigarette production and smoking restrictions, cigarettes are still widely sold even though it is widely known as a contraband. Therefore, it is crucial to raise tax on tobacco to limit production and consumption to improve public health because smoking affects more than just one individual. On the other hand, in the current development period, people are gradually changing to use cars more, so this tax should be reduced or kept as now to facilitate people in owning cars, and we should try to raise their awareness on how to choose cars that meet the emission standard Euro 3, as well as how to protect the environment.